Well, Steam just dropped their 18-inch schlong in the chat here. Steam dropped a lot of news today and yesterday. I think 5 days ago this was actually leaked and reported, but we actually have some great Steam news which I kind of wanted to cover. I'm gonna do the one I think came out first, which was 5 days ago. Let me get this up here for you guys. Steam has said that they are going to be letting you know when a game is in early access and it hasn't been touched in forever. This is massive news because I was a big fan of BattleBit. If you guys know BattleBit, it was like the big Battlefield killer, but it was never going to be. But people had hope. It was like the blocky shooter that everyone played a long time ago. Basically, from what I've been following on the Reddit, is there's supposed to be an update April. As you can tell, we're not in April yet. Last April, and I don't think it's come out yet. So the devs have basically abandoned this game, dropped it, and it was always like, oh, it's right around the corner, guys, and it hasn't changed. And this game has fell off and fell off and fell off. And it's the point where the community's like sitting there going, what's happening? People are saying even on the Reddit, like, I just bought this game. Where's all the players and all stuff? Steam is actually correcting this now. So now like this was just an example, but there's plenty of games that like have been in early access and they haven't got updated in years. And people are buying the game, seeing what's on the store page, and they're going, oh, that sounds great. And they're getting it, and they're getting like frauded out of their money. It's not really fraud. It kind of is though, because some of these games are never going to get completed. I'm going to read what they have on the page here. It seems like Valve has a solution to stop users from being burned. First shared by Steam DB on Blue Sky. A new update rolled out by Steam is now letting users see how long it's been since a game in early access was last updated, essentially letting you know whether a game has been abandoned by developers and will never be released. That is huge, because that's going to stop people from buying games like BattleBit and stuff. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, because one I have been affected by, because I have BattleBit on my library. From developers dropping a game, promising a whole bunch, and then they get burnt down. They go, I don't really want to work on it, but I'm not going to update the page, so people will keep buying our game. It's just stopping that completely. This is why Steam is the #1 store on PC, and why it's like probably never going to get passed, at least within my lifetime. Like, I just don't see other stores like Epic and stuff passing it with all the free games, like, oh, here's Honey Pop 3 or whatever. This is huge. So this protects gamers, and this is like one step where everyone was like, wow, this is a great step by Steam. Steam has always been looking out for us. It's good. This is good to see. But then they also dropped this. So now Steam is actually stopping mobile-like games that say basically force you to watch advertisements to progress in game, or just to watch, while you're playing your game in the middle, like mobile games, like those little matching games, whatever you can play. Steam is actually stopping that on their platform. Developers should not utilize paid advertising as a business model in their game. This is directly from Steam. Such as requiring players to watch or otherwise engage with advertising in order to play, or getting gameplay behind advertising. That's the updated rules on Steam. Elements will be removed before Steam launch is permitted. So this basically means those games that are like really scammy. So we're basically, we're killing two birds with one stone this week. Games that are like frauding out players, and the games that are basically forcing you to watch advertisements are really like grindy and expecting you to watch stuff that, get a boost in games or do whatever. It is just getting them off the platform, which is fantastic, which is obviously something that has hindered mobile gaming. Mobile gaming could be in a way better spot if it wasn't for some of those games that shove ads down your throats. Now, what's going to happen to these games that have advertisements in place, like that people do play already? I'm going to have to assume they just cut it all off, or they're taking off the Steam store. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Especially games that have like in-game stuff where like you can watch ads, like it forces you on ads, but then you can skip it early, but you can watch it the whole way to get extra stuff. I don't know how that's going to work now that this is just going to be made worse. I don't know, but also you can't be forced to watch ads anymore, right? This is just two things like in a row here where it's just like Steam is just on a roll, man. And I'm glad that I have stuck with Steam as my main platform. I will go to Epic and stuff if there's a game I need to access, or Blizzard, like World of Warcraft or Diablo. But this is why Steam is the #1 market, man. And this is why they've stayed on top, because they get the players. Yeah, there's problems with how much they take from other game companies, like games and stuff, profit-wise. But I think it's very reasonable when they're holding up the platform and doing everything they can for not just the consumer, but for the publishers as well. There's a reason why there's a lot of, it's like the safest haven for indie devs to drop their games on Steam. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to cover. This is massive news from Steam, and I want to keep seeing more stuff like this and protect players from falling into these traps. This is fantastic to see. I'm glad Steam has the balls to do this and not be affected by money, which other companies probably wouldn't be doing this at all, because this is going to turn away some developers, but that's probably going to clean up the platform a whole lot. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss this really quick because I thought it was very interesting. Yeah, but that's all. Adios, guys. See you on stream.